Okay, can you hear me now? Okay, great. So not only did she freeze federal spun, federal funding to all sanctuary cities, she also reinstated the death penalty, saying the death penalty will be used where appropriate. And it's also said that she opened an investigation into Tish James and Alvin Bragg. Trying to get a couple of videos for us. One I wanted, you can't download. You know, Brigitte is not the prettiest girl. Yep, everyone who went after Trump is an enemy of Pam. Oh, it's a, all right. I will be glad when the end of the month gets here. Yeah, no money to NGOs after they got caught with their finger in the jar. Yeah, the one um, short video that I wanted was of Brigitte in a swimsuit, and you can tell it's not a girl. Ugh. So how was your day, Julianne? I got just 2 video clips for you today. They're still loading. One is loaded, the other one's processing. Yeah, but that particular video, Candace says copyrighted, so I can't download it. Oh, Discord is a separate server apart from YouTube where uh, my members could get a hold of me anytime if they needed to. My, not my members, my subscribers. It's like having our own chat apart from YouTube. So let's play these 2 video clips. Let me get me fixed here.
Brigitte had somehow been spotted at the entrance to the American hospital in Paris. They described the surgeon as a, quote, eminent and media-savvy plastic surgeon. His favorite expression, woman's flesh, ideal clay. Well, there was only one surgeon who had been featured in the press with that quotation just a year earlier in Paris Match, and his name was Dr. Patrick Buey. In France, Patrick Buey is known most eminently for feminization surgery. He is the king of transgendered feminization surgery. And if there was any question that was remaining in anyone's minds as to whether or not he was indeed being used by Brigitte Macron, here's a picture of them together. Yep. Years later, in 2023, Emmanuel Macron decided to award Dr. Patrick Buey with the French Legion of Honor. Are we just being sold a bunch of lies? Who the hell is running our countries? It's that simple.
Candace Owens has escalated her criticism of Brigitte Macron, making
Brigitte Macron. That person that you are looking at on the right is not a woman. This little boy, Jean-Michel Tragno, that second photo, I believe they found a photo of him at a pride parade when he was just living as a homosexual man. That next photo is when the transition began, if I recall correctly, and that's a photo from the professor years. Piers Morgan tweeted over the
Candace
weekend
sure does a good
after the
job.
Olympic ceremony, BTW, what the F was all this about? A drag queen mockery of the Last Supper at the Olympics? Would they have mocked any other religion like this? Appalling decision. That's what Piers Morgan tweeted. I tweeted right back at him. I said, so like, remember when I was telling you a couple of weeks ago that France's first lady was a dude in a bad wig? Yeah. Don't pretend to be appalled. Don't pretend that it's absurd.
Candace Owens' recent accusation against Brigitte Macron is part of her pattern of controversial statements aimed at prominent public figures. Many individuals and organizations have come forward to defend Brigitte Macron. Several fact-checking organizations have investigated Owens' claims and found them to be unfounded. They have emphasized the importance of relying on verified information rather than unsubstantiated rumors. Candace Owens' accusation against Brigitte Macron is a stark reminder of the power and potential harm of misinformation. It is crucial to approach such claims with skepticism and seek out credible sources to verify information. The response from the public and media demonstrates a commitment to truth and integrity in public discourse.
Verified sources are fake media in Europe. Their verified sources are the fake news in Europe. See, Europe doesn't allow for why did it do that? That's weird. This thing. Why did it do that? Stupid thing. It put up the thank you and it won't let me get rid of it. We're not ready to say thank you yet. Right. They can answer where she had her kids. Is absolutely right. But see, in Europe, they don't have a free press like we do. Could be. I do have a subscriber that's from England. He doesn't come on very much right now because he's having some dealing with some personal issues. Yeah, and there's that one video of her in the swimsuit. You can tell it's like, oh my goodness, that is not a man. You know what I mean? Right. We do. We do have Fox. I'm gonna fix this. Maybe this will do it. Do that. Okay. I gotta fix this. This is bugging me. I put this thank you thing up over my face. Get rid of the overlay. Yeah, no overlay. So that may have been the problem. There, fixed. I finally fixed something with this dumb iPad. We gotta go here. There. And here. And there. There. Yeah. I don't know why it did that. Instead of putting up the background, it put an overlay over the top of my face, and I had to figure out what it did and then fix it. But at the end of the month, I'm getting a MacBook. Sometime in the last week of the month, my daughter, I've done a lot for her, and she knows I want to restart my photography, modeling photography, because I've helped her out for this last year. She's going to take money from her income tax when it comes at the end of the month and buy me a MacBook and buy me a new camera. I told her I want a Canon Rebel T8. She said, okay, done. My new glasses are coming one of these days. That'll help. I'm supposed, if they don't come by Monday, I'm supposed to call them on Tuesday. Yeah, USAID, that deserves a stream all by itself. All of the cool. There's so much waste at USAID, like $33 million to the BBC, some like $18 million to Politico. I think it was $15 million to PBS. Well, PBS gets a separate funding from us, so why are we sending extra money through USAID? And also, they found that Dr. Fauci used USAID to fund the lab in Wuhan to do gain of function research to create COVID. That's got to be, I just can't see where that's not treason. I know he got a pardon, but treason is not covered by a pardon. If they can prove that somebody was treasonous, game on. They can be investigated, tried, and convicted. Even though they have a pardon for other stuff, pardons do not cover treason. USAID, yep, it's a U.S. slush fund. And you can tell who's benefiting by it. Look at all the Democrats out throwing a fit. And look at all the Democrats complaining about Doge and what they're doing at the Department of the Treasury. And Caroline Levitt said yesterday, all the engineers at Doge have read-only access, so they can't change anything. They just collect the information and send it on to the Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent, who then sends it on to Trump. And there have been rumors that the amount of money that Elon found to be fraudulent is close to $1 trillion. And that doesn't count what he's finding at the Department of Treasury. And people are getting all up in arms about the military canceling Black History Month and this History Month and that History Month. The military can't cancel it. What was being done during Biden is the military was allowed to have Black History Month parties during the day while they were at work. He put an end to that. He said, if you want to go off duty, off campus, fine. Right. I agree, Julianne. When their walls start tumbling down, look the fuck out. Look out. That one stupid congresswoman yesterday was saying, we will be in the streets fighting. If that was a Republican, they would be screaming to put him in jail. So I'm glad to see this go on because it's time that they get a taste of their own medicine. And then they haven't learned a damn thing. They elected Harry Hogue, or Dave, is his name David? David Hogue, as the vice chair of the DNC. And he's the idiot that said that there is no Second Amendment right for people to own guns. It's like you're a fucking idiot. Yep, I agree. I agree. Goodness. Yep, he's the new DNC vice chair, elected over the weekend, last weekend. Shows you they did not learn a thing. They did not learn. They're going to push their anti-gun message until it blows up in their face. Wasn't bad enough that they lost all the battleground states and lost in the House and the Senate, lost control of the Senate, rather. Right. The former governor of Maryland, who's a complete douche. Nancy Mace yesterday, he was at a hearing in front of her. It's like, you're fucking screwed, dude. Because she asked him to define a woman, and he says, well, I'm married to one and I got two daughters. It's like, you moron. Just because you're married to one and got two daughters, that doesn't describe what they are, right? Oh, does not describe what they are. And sitting in front of Nancy Mace, you better be able to describe what a woman is because she will put it flat in your face. It's it's his responsibility. I think his last name is Smith. He's the reason why in Maryland you not only have property taxes to the state, you have property taxes to the city, to the county. You have city sales tax, state sales tax, county sales tax. They tax the hell out of you. I know because my middle brother has a house in Maryland. And he also owns a condo in Mexico. And he's talking about selling his house and just living at the condo in Mexico. Did you hear him yesterday? He was saying, "We will win. We will win." Then he said, "Oh, wait, we will not win. We will not win." What the fuck are you saying, you moron? I love it when these ding dongs don't know what they're saying. Chuck Schumer, we will not rest. We cannot rest, no. Oh, and the U.S. Attorney in D.C. opened an investigation into Chucky Schumer. Said that we take seriously when someone threatens a Supreme Court justice and played the the phrases from the video clip from when he threatened two Supreme Court justices. And the letter was letting him know this will be investigated, that they wanted to hear from him. Yeah, they were supposed to vote on Kash Patel's committee, vote him out of committee today, but the Democrats are throwing a fit. So Chuck Grassley said, "Okay, so then we will just close this hearing." Bang! You bunch of morons. Grassley ain't gonna take their stuff. Yeah, you know, that opening ceremony was a slap in the face to every Christian in Europe. And then it's, they said it's supposed to have been some other weird, whacked out shit. I said, yeah, it was weird and whacked out, all right. Said they didn't think that it would offend anybody. It's like, are you on drugs? It's like I did a stream a while back on free speech in the UK. Free speech in the UK is literally dead. You can be arrested for simply reading, or not reading, forwarding a meme. If someone calls the police and says, that gave me anxiety, they will come arrest you. It's a 5-year prison sentence. This is beyond crazy what's going on. Beyond crazy. Starmer is a failure as prime minister, and he's going to get voted out of office, but the damage that he has done to, to the UK is monumental. It's worse than what Biden did to the US, because there he had a willing government, not government, yep. You know, Macron didn't learn his lesson. Marie Le Pen came within a half a point this last election of winning prime minister. She almost won. Her name is Marie, but it's spelled Marine, Marine. Marine. You call her Marie Le Pen. Yep. And like in Canada, the damage that Trudeau has done, uh, Pierre, I call him Pierre, Burkina Faso, yep. Um, Poilievre said that it will take at least a decade to fix the damage that Trudeau has done. At least a decade. Burkina Faso. Ibrahim Traore. Traore, right? Traore. Graore. Yeah, Muslims pronounce an I like an E. Traore. Okay, thank you. Yeah, Muslims like we would pronounce that Ibrahim. Muslims pronounce it Ibrahim. The I's are pronounced like E's. Right. You know, they did a um, who was it? Jordan. I think last name is Peterson. Did a he's he's Canadian, and he said that what may end up happening with this Trump 51st state thing is that Alberta may come to the U.S. He said because Eastern Canada holds contempt for Alberta and Saskatchewan and British Columbia. Not Saskatchewan, yeah. The three western provinces, the eastern province, Montreal area, has nothing but contempt for them. And he said the western provinces could become U.S. territories because the eastern provinces have their heads so far up there behind that they don't realize that when they have contempt for half of the country, that I forget exactly how he worded it, but he he was saying that there's some truth to what Donald Trump is saying. Right. Jordan Peterson is amazing. And he just pointed straight, flat out that the way that Montreal is handling this situation is all wrong because they're going by the feelings in Quebec and not the feelings in the rest of the country. He said that he lived in America from 1992 to 1998, and he had this lovely American couple that wanted to come and visit. And so he brought them back with him, and he said everything was fine until they found out that they were American. And he said they just trashed them something awful. He told them that the people in Quebec are a bunch of contemptible pigs because he said instead of using Alberta as a bargaining chip to keep from being overtaken by the U.S., he said they hold such contempt for Alberta because all the oil and all the minerals for the whole country of Canada is in Alberta. Yeah, but see, that guy, Jordan Peterson, was saying that guy is part of the problem because that guy from India is part of the MK Ultra party. And the MK Ultra party is the Communist Party of India. Jordan does a great job. I really enjoy watching his videos. He said the only person that you can elect that will keep Canada free is Pierre. He said Pierre is the only one that will keep Canada from becoming a communist country. He said because that other guy with ties to India, yeah, yeah. Jordan said Poilievre is like Canada's version of Trump. He said, but he said Montreal isn't smart enough to realize that. I was laughing. He was saying that all of their well drilling is all in Alberta, and Montreal hates oil and wants the whole country to go on wind. He said wind and solar. He said which doesn't work because we have such cold winters that in the wintertime the solar panels ice over and you don't charge no batteries. Yeah, he said that Montreal doesn't have a sense of humor, that they need one. I really like Jordan. He shares a lot of information. It's in-depth information, and it's a good thing, you know. I'm going to look into getting a different software to do streams. There's two that I'm looking at. So we'll see. I have to download them both on my iPad. Well, the one only works with MacBooks. It's specifically an Apple product. So once I get the MacBook, I will have to download the software. It's called Ecamm. It's supposed to be really powerful and does a good job. So we'll see about that. StreamYard is wanting another $50. Yep. The truth is coming out. Is right, Julianne. And what I find hilarious is, okay, now you know who Nicole Shanahan is, right? Julianne, do you know who Nicole Shanahan is? Well, she used to be a Democrat. She's now a Republican. And she's an attorney. Yes. She's also she also owns a a tech company in Silicon Valley. And she was on she has a YouTube channel. Yeah, she ran with RFK as his vice presidential pick. Well, she was on over the weekend on X, and she said this message is for a couple of people. I thought, well, this is going to be interesting. She said, this is for Raphael Warnock and any senator that votes against Bobby. She said, I will personally pay for them to be primaried. And she said, you will be voted out of office. She said, Bobby plays nice. He's a nice guy. She said, I don't play nice. And she is bankrolling the recall of Karen Bass. And she's also going to bankroll whatever Republican wants to run against Newsom. Right. But, you know, my whole thing with that is they pissed off the wrong person. A, she's from Silicon Valley. She has friends that think like her in Silicon Valley. And she said they're all leaving the Democrat Party. She said, and not because we changed, the party changed. She really gives a lot of information. I should do a whole stream on her because she really is smart. She's a brilliant person. And like she said, I don't play nice. So I was helping her out. The different senators that said they were going to vote against RFK Jr., I got on X and I sent her messages on X with their name that they were going to vote against him. Right. And what the Democrats don't realize is that by fighting politics in the grassroots level and them sticking to their guns, so to speak, California is turning red. Yeah, that was a whole sham. So she said the way to do it is in the governor's race. You need to get a Republican governor in there and a Republican House and a Republican Senate. And they gained ground in this last election, but not enough to overturn it. But they're doing some crazy shit in California. Do you know the actual reason why Elon moved both of his companies out of California? When I tell you this, it may shock you, it may not. Um, see, right before he moved both of his companies out, the General Assembly in California voted, and they voted that the state should raise your child, that you have no rights to your child. And when they did that, Elon said, that's the last straw. I'm out of here. Bye. You know, the problem in California right now is they care more about the illegal aliens than they do their own citizens. Hold on a second. Right. And that's to pay California taxes after you moved out. And I can't see where the people of California would be okay with that. They probably don't even know, right? Right. It's like there's no sales tax here in Montana. Zero. What it says on the shelf is what you pay for it. And I guess Trump signed an executive order yesterday. Where is that at? I gotta find it. It was really good. Here, Caroline Levitt laid out all of the tax priorities of the Trump administration. This is good stuff right here. No tax on tips, no tax on senior Social Security, no tax on overtime pay, renew Trump's 2017 middle class tax cuts, adjust the SALT cap, eliminate all special tax breaks for billionaire sports teams owners, close carried interest tax deduction loophole, tax cuts for American-made products. This will be the largest tax cuts in history for middle-class working Americans. That's going to be in an executive order. Right. And if they don't get no tax on their Social Security, that's a big deal. That is a big, huge deal, right? So everyone out there that's listening, make sure and like and share and subscribe, because liking a video is free. Like my friend Catnot Williams says, it's free 99, meaning it doesn't cost you anything to like a video. And it just takes a few seconds. And when you subscribe to a channel, that tells YouTube, hey, we like what this guy has to say. And they spread it through the algorithm. I always have a hard time saying algorithm. Yeah, I'm on, I have a VA disability check that I get, and I get Social Security. Oh, God. Get these morons on X that send me bullshit. If you don't tell them you're not interested before you delete the conversation, they just keep sending shit to you. My one friend used to say, I'm not retired, I'm refired. Well, I'm sorry, Julianne, that you're going through all that. But you'll get back pay, won't you? Good, I'm glad you'll get back pay. Because that should have been paid to you right away. Wow, 10 years. Bless you. Wow. Yeah, some of them judges are just whacked on crack. Well, we have 11 today. So I'm going to bring this to a close right now. Wrong. That one. Yeah, Candace is. Well, I'm going to get off of here. It's been good. You know, try to invite somebody to come and watch for our stream tomorrow. I'm working on a topic. I still haven't decided. I'll get it together within the next hour. Yeah, one of them just wrote me a message on X. Said I saw your live broadcast. So that's cool that they're messaging me on X. We need to. My goal is to be monetized by the end of the month, which means 500 subscribers, and I'm at 245 right now. Hold on, let me double check. Yeah, I'm at 245 subscribers. So I got to figure something out. Try and get more subscribers. It'll come if I set goals and tell people that I have goals and I want to reach a goal. They'll come on board. All right. Talk to you tomorrow, Julianne. Take care.